What was Triple H and Chyna like when they were a couple, I guess back around the time where you first took over?
Well, Triple H always spoke for Chyna. Chyna, you never went to Chyna with anything. You always had to go through Triple H. That's the way it always was. And it was just kind of a weird dynamic. They were dating. They were very serious at the time. They were on the road together. They were always together. But the tough part for me was I could never really deal with Chyna one-on-one because she was attached to Hunter. I kind of always had to go through Hunter with what we wanted Chyna to do. And that just made it a little difficult at times.
Were you even around when he was in the process of switching from Chyna to Stephanie?
No, thank God I wasn't. I'm glad I wasn't around for that. When I left, they were still very much together.
Okay. What are your thoughts on what happened to Chyna after that? Because I guess that pretty much just seemed to destroy her.
It did. I mean, the wrestling business killed Chyna. I mean, it's that simple. Listen, a lot of us, we all handle things differently. She could not handle losing her fiance, losing her job, losing her name. She was hit with so much at once, and it was during that time that she formed an addiction to pills and an alcohol to get through those tough moments, and obviously she never overcame those demons. And man, it breaks my heart to think of it to this day because she was such a beautiful, beautiful human being with a beautiful heart, and the wrestling business was so cold and callous to her, and she just deserved so much better.
Would you have imagined in those days that Triple H would have the power that he has now?
I never would. You got to remember, I was there when those guys took the curtain call in Madison Square Garden. And I was there when, at that time, Shawn Michaels was the champ, so they weren't going to do nothing to him. And Scott and Kevin were going to WCW. So the only one left to punish was Triple H. And I mean, they dogged him, and they punished him, and they jobbed him out, and Jim Cornette and Bruce Pritchard wanted him fired. And, I used to have talks with him like me, and I'd say, Hunter, just get through this. You're going to pay for what they did. You got to get through it. You got to keep your mouth shut. Just get through it and endure it. I would have never thought at that time he'd be in the spot he's in today.